What's going on YouTube? H-Dub here, and we playing Raid, and today we're going to be talking about some accessible, budget-friendly options for you for Faction Wars. Now, Undead Horde is going to be opening soon, later on the day after reset, so let's go ahead and talk about some Undead Horde options for you. If you are trying to make some, progression in that faction, you're trying to get some stars, you're trying to get your Lydia, some of these champions are also going to, double for you in other areas of the game, so you can use them in, Doom Tower and some of the secret rooms. If you need them in other places, what have you, find use for them other than Faction Wars. I like to have champions that can be used in multiple places. That's one of the things I don't like about having to build a champion for clan boss is that, once a champion is in a clan boss build, it's kind of hard to get them in synergy in other places. So, but that's a whole nother thing. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of these champions. I've already put them together on the spreadsheet, as you can see here. So we've got Undead Horde support champs here. We've got Undead Horde, a couple damage options for you as well. And I've already, vetted their kits. I've seen what they can do. Obviously, we have the bosses on this other page. If you haven't had a chance to take a look at this spreadsheet that I've put together, go ahead and take a look at it. I'm sure it's going to help you out if you're on the way to get Lydia. I'm sure a lot of people still working on their Lydia. I know a few. People have been playing 2 years plus, still working on their Lydia because they're free to play. They're looking for budget options. So this is what we're bringing you guys right now. But let's go ahead and take a look at what we got and why I am telling you guys to use these champions. Now, first on the list is going to be Banshee, who is a champion I don't see that often. I actually did see her in an Ash video recently, and I was glad he put her on there because she has a pretty versatile kit for Faction Wars, right? AoE A1 with a chance to place decreased defense, AoE A2 with a chance to remove a random buff from each target. This is on a 2-turn cooldown AoE for an A2. 2 turns, guys, 2 turns, right? So if you want to put this champion in a stun, like, she's literally the perfect champion to put in a stun set. A3 attacks 2 times at random. Each attack has a 50% chance of placing block active skills for 1 turn, right? And that's on a 3-turn cooldown. I think that her kit is literally perfect for the stun set for Faction Wars. Enough said. Don't feel like I need to say more. Number 2 on the list is going to be our boy Doom Screech. Now, Doom Screech is an HP based rare. He's a void too, so not the most free to play friendly, but he is a rare champion. And let's take a look at why we're using him here. On the A1, attacks one enemy 2 times, 25% chance of placing a 50% decrease accuracy for 2 turns, and it scales off attack and HP, so we're not building him for damage. He's a support champ. A2, 3-turn cooldown book, fills the turn meter of all allies by 30% and places the big increased defense, right? This is the skill that we're primarily using him for, that turn meter boost, that increased defense. And this champion is also used in Doom Tower secret rooms for the rare HP room. You can use this guy so you can get some extra turns in, right? His A3 is an AoE as well, so he's going to attack everybody, plays a shield buff equal to 30% of his max HP on himself, and damage increases according to his current HP. So you could build him to do some damage. He has crazy base HP at 20k, but if you want to just have him come in and be a turn meter booster, a buffer, that is fine as well. But he has decent base HP. I didn't actually check his multipliers, but I'm willing to bet that going with a sustained build is not going to do you wrong at all. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next champion, which is going to be Corpulent Cadaver, which is another champion that you can use in the rare HP secret room for hard Doom Tower. So we got Doom Screech, we got Corpulent. These guys go great. This guy is also used in a lot of high damage clan boss comps just because of how much he smacks when there is a shield on him. But his A1 inflicts additional damage if this champion is under a shield buff. The damage is equal to 30% of the value of the shield. A2 places a shield on himself and then grants an extra turn. And his A3 has a chance to provoke. That's on a 3-turn cooldown book, right? So solid kit overall. Another champion that you can use in both Faction Wars and Doom Tower hard secret rooms. And this guy is very reliable. He's going to stay alive with base 20k HP. You can build them with some high HP and definitely get something going to make some progress for yourself. Next on the list, though, for our support champions is going to be our boy Grinner. And we're using Grinner primarily because he has a revive, right? So this guy has a 4-turn cooldown booked revive. He's going to single target revive with 50% HP, places a shield buff on that revive champion for 2 turns, equal to 20% of their max HP. So you're going to want to, build all of your, if you're using rare champions, any champions in general in faction wars, you're going to want to build high HP, especially for Undead Horde on 21. The boss ignores defense, so building with defense isn't going to do anything for you really against the boss. You need to build with really high HP. Yeah, but that's really why we're using him. His A2 is an AoE as well and removes a buff from each target. There are Valk waves in this faction, so definitely want to utilize him because he has a chance to remove that counter attack. If they get block damage up from the Warcaster as well, has a chance to remove that block damage. So this guy is like OP. Grinner is literally OP for this faction. I should just do a whole separate guide on him. Get out the way. And then, his A1 is whatever. We don't really need it. Hellhound is going to be the next support. And he is actually, Hellhound. He's actually a common champion, right? So say you don't have any other options. You're at the lowest stages. You just want to have somebody come in and put everybody to bed. This guy's going to come in and put everybody to bed. He's going to place sleep. He's just going to place it, all right? He's literally going to place it. There's no 5% chance, 20%, 15%, This guy's just going to place sleep, all right? You can put some accuracy on him and just put people to sleep. Do some damage here and there, put people to sleep. Do some damage here or there, get you some heals in, put people to sleep. So definitely a way to cheese through if you want, right? But let's talk quickly about the damage dealers. Not a whole lot of damage options here in this faction. But number one for me is going to be Seducer. And I know a lot of people don't really like Seducer, but I think he's a decent champion for sure. Obviously, he's better if you have his partner on the team with him, Temptress, but she doesn't bring that much to the table. But he does have a chance to sleep on his A1. He has an AoE, which also places decreased attack for you on a 3-turn cooldown. And his A3 is going to place increased defense and block debuffs on all allies for 2 turns. And this is on a 4-turn cooldown book. This is a champion that I actually have maxed at 60. He was one of the first people that I maxed when I first started playing Raid 3 years ago. I was using him in Arena as a nuker, actually. Even though he doesn't have amazing multipliers, I was using this guy as a damage dealer. This was long before I knew anything about the game and what the game was about. I was just having fun. But I do have one maxed on my account. Next on our list is going to be Hollow, another Void champion. These Voids are coming through, man. But A1 has a chance to place a poisonous single target. Not great. That's not what we're here for. The A2 attacks one enemy 4 times. Each hit decreases the target's turn meter and fills his own turn meter by 5%. This is on a 2-turn cooldown, right? So this skill is a very strong skill on a 2-turn cooldown book. You can build him to do some damage, give him a little bit of accuracy, decrease some turn meter, increase his own turn meter, come back around to this skill very fast. His A3 is going to ignore 25% of the target's defense on a 4-turn cooldown book. So we got, he's a single target here, but he's going to do some damage for you. Come back around to this A2 very quickly, decrease turn meter, increase turn meter, and yeah, you can make him work. Give him some other champs around him. I'm not saying use all rare champions here, guys. I'm saying if you need some of these people to fill a role, right? So if you need somebody to do damage, if you need somebody to come in and heal, if you need support in any type of way, you can utilize some of these champions. But the last one is going to be Drowned Bloat Wraith. And this guy actually has decent multipliers. They're not amazing, but they are decent. And his A1 has a chance to place a stun, right? And the chance of placing a stun is increased by 5% for each debuff on the target. So if you got some other debuffers going, this guy is definitely going to, potentially stun on his A1. His A2 is an AoE and has an 85% chance of placing the small decreased defense. This is on a 3-turn cooldown book, so it's not the big decreased defense, but he can come in and place some type of decreased defense for you. Also has a 25% chance of placing a fear debuff for 1 turn on enemies under decreased defense debuff. So by the grace of God, you didn't kill the waves, and you come back around to this skill after him taking 3 turns. He's going to have a chance to place a fear, but solid kit for sure. And he's got a heal. You know, every time that he kills somebody, he is going to heal. So solid champion. I think he has decent base attack, so you can build him with decent attack. Base speed is decent also for a nuker at 100. So you can invest in this guy. But those are the options, guys, that I believe you should go with. Obviously, Grinner is the star here. Should definitely be using this guy if you don't have a reviver in this faction. Use Grinner. He is going to help you on that final boss stage a ton. Debuff removal on a 4-turn cooldown. Single target revive. You're going to want to put him in Relentless for sure. High HP so he can come back around. Make sure he's got these skills available. But thank you guys for watching. I hope this helped you out so you can get some Undead Horde progress going. You can get some Doom Tower progress going and anywhere else that you want to use these champions. But thank you for watching. I've been HWZ. Until next time, be good and be well, guys.